The obvious targeting of Minnesota for our diversity, for our democracy, and our differences of opinion with the federal government is a violation of the Constitution and of federal law. We allege that the surge's reckless impact on our schools, on our local law enforcement, is a violation of the 10th Amendment.
All right, Border Czar Tom Homan joining me here in New York City. He says it's a violation. What you're doing in Minnesota is a violation of the Constitution. Answer that, please.
It absolutely is not. We're enforcing the laws enacted by Congress. And look, you know, they set the stage for this. Why are we in Minneapolis? Because they're a sanctuary city, a sanctuary state, right? If they would work with us and let us arrest the criminal illegal alien in the safety and security of a county jail, we wouldn't have to go to the community to find them. More agents in the jails means less agents in the communities. They force us in the communities to find the bad guy.
I got a long list in front of me of some vicious criminals who have been convicted and deported from the United States. They were here illegally. I've got a Laotian in child pornography, 2 Mexican nationals guilty of homicide, a Mexican, a child rapist. You know, what these protesters, are they trying to keep these criminals in America? And if so, why are they doing that?
Well, they're certainly impeding our efforts to arrest people like this, right? And a lot of these people are child rapists. I don't think there's a worse crime than raping a child. And these are the people we're looking for. So the shooting the other day, you know, people want to talk about bad you get you. Bottom line is, that person was trying to interfere, impede, was actually impeding and interfering from an officer going to search for these people and arrest them, take them off the street, making that city safer. So I've said it many times, these politicians, they obviously hate Trump more than they love their community, because the facts are the facts. Every criminal alien we take out of their community makes that community safer.
I'm told that you've got 413,000 people removed. They had criminal records. 413,000.
It's approximately that. I looked at the numbers, around 650,000 deportations, I mean actual arrests and deportations, and about 70% of people we arrest are criminals. Of course, the media on the left's going to say, no, that's not true, because they think crimes like DUI isn't a crime. DUI kills over 13,000 people a year. That is a significant public safety crime. But public safety threat. Yeah, we're, you know, between the 650,000 assault removals, we're about 2.5, 2.6 people have left this country, either on their own or because we made them.
Okay, that's 2.5 million people have gone. Yes. Either you chucked them out or they just self-deported. That's a big number. I want to show our viewers this video of protesters who are really antagonizing your guys. Roll tape, please. I don't know how your guys operate in an environment like that, but you're going to tell me you're not backing off at all, are you?
No, we're doubling down. We're sending more agents there. And we're sending more agents there to arrest agitators who cross that line. Like, sometimes we get overwhelmed. But bottom line is, you can protest. You have that right. Shame on you, because, like I say, the people we're arresting are serious public safety threats. But if you impede and you interfere, you put a hand on an ICE officer, you're going to be federally prosecuted. Zero tolerance. We're not putting up with it. I wish some of these people, talk to an angel mom and dad. Talk to Laken Riley's mother. Talk to American people who've been raped by illegal aliens, murdered by illegal aliens. Their children were attacked by illegal aliens. All the people we just talked about, the worst of the worst, there are victims out there, American victims. Talk to the victims of this illegal alien crime and tell me you don't believe in what we're doing.
If you arrest someone for putting their hand on an ICE officer, what happens to that person? Do they go to jail for the night?
Absolutely. They get arrested right there on the spot. And Pam Bondi, you know, there's zero tolerance. You know, you wonder why there's 8,000% increase on threats, a 1,300% increase on actual assaults, because of hateful rhetoric of mayors and governors and members of Congress who want to compare ICE to the secret police, compare us to Nazis. I mean, you kidding me? You got that small fringe, they're already nuts. So when they hear a congressman or a senator or a governor or mayor comparing ICE to the Nazis, it just emboldens them to do something stupid. And I'm telling you, I said it back in March. I said if this hateful rhetoric didn't stop, there's going to be bloodshed. Unfortunately, I was right. And I'm telling you right now, there will be more if we don't stop this attack on federal law enforcement officers. These are federal law enforcement officers. It's never okay to impede them when they're trying to arrest a public safety threat. Take it to court. Take it to Congress. You want to protest? Protest Congress, because we're simply enforcing laws that Congress enacted.